Alright guys, it's been quite a while, probably since the skills test got introduced to GSPRO that I've actually tried it. I'm not taking it like a million% serious. I am literally in sandals and just trying to remember what the test is, and starting off with one that was bad and then one that I thought was bad but ended up being good. And as you'll see, it's basically a copy of the TrackMan skills test, which I believe they might even be getting sued over. But instead of giving you a score from 1 to 100, they give you a score from 1 to 1,000. But the principle seems pretty similar. I did total distance, not carry. I should have done carry. I probably would have done better. Trying to hit my carry numbers, but you can see in the 80s is kind of where I think the first time I did it, I got like a 76. So we'll keep that in mind. And that was a long time ago, a year ago maybe. So far in the 80s, not doing too bad. It's 60 shots total though, so it does take a while. I think it took me about 25-30 minutes to complete. So something to keep in mind if you're thinking about doing it yourself. You can keep track of everything. It's 6 shots per target, and then there's 10 targets, including a driving one. So we're about 10 shots in, and we're right at, between 75 and 90 as far as the scores. That's a good one from 160, scoring 867. Another decent one. Scoring 934. And then playing a big fade in there, hopefully stop. So if that was carry, that would have been perfect. Alright, back to 90. It does about 3 shots at a time, I think, per thing. There is a setting where you can just randomize all of it, and it won't group the 90s together in groups of 3s. It'll go 90, 180, 100, back and forth, back and forth. Hitting the pin there, that should be extra. 140, this was one of the yardages I did not do very good at. First shot is okay, but not only making the second ring there pretty much guarantees you less than 90. And then I think that was the killer, a real life shank on the 140, and I believe it scored a 0. So you really you can't just hit it around. You want to get pretty close to the target. So this one's going to be outside the target, but I do get a score. That's still 65. $120, not good there. So really the score is just plummeting at the moment. We were on pace to get something in the 80s, and now that's pretty much over with these last couple shots. Finally one in the grid here. My standard deviation is like 300, so no consistency whatsoever. Some are 0, some are 99. $70 being a tough one too here. Just staying in the 60s and 70s is just killing the average. The little graph that it gives you at the end is pretty useful though. It tells you kind of what you need to work on to get better at the skills challenge. Not to say that that's what you need to do to get better at golf, but it'll certainly show you some of the glaring inconsistencies in your yardages, at least. Kind of having a hard time swinging in sandals here. And yeah, going offline quite a bit, 35 yards offline, only scoring a 50 on that. They should put the line down the middle like TrackMan does. Lets you know kind of what the goal is. You want to do offline, not a lot, and then hit it as far as possible. But it seems to be offline is the more determining factor there for the driver than if you hit it 350, Just trying to roll a 180 up there. A little better, 86. Looking for that same shot. This one's going to be pretty good. Back to 80 away. Pretty good judge there. Just a little short. Just looks like a chippy 50 degree or something here. And doing pretty good with that group of three. We're a little over halfway done now on our 33rd shot. And that's a yank. There is a bit of a fatigue factor too, taking 60 shots in a row. You got to really kind of focus up, and here I'm just letting the face roll closed for no reason on every single one of these 100-yard shots. Back to 140 where we have the worst score, and we're going to do it again. We shanked one left. How about toe shank as well? That only scoring a 40, so that's just pathetic. This one a little better chance, but still only a 70, and then another one for 140, just awful. Not hitting that club particularly well. And another shank there for 90. So the sandals aren't helping. I'm not saying that's the excuse, but really getting bad contact and not looking particularly balanced over there on the left is going to make this one a little tough to see the end score, I think. Might have to make this like a monthly or bi-monthly thing where we can start tracking if I'm getting any better at any of this. Not to say that it translates to anything, but certainly would be nice to work on maybe the carry distances or the total distances again on a regular basis and see if some progress can be made with these. It's a really good thing that measures golf. Besides score, there's not a ton of measurements except for stats, and so a scoring system and a little bit of a game to help you get better is always a good thing. All right, we got 15 shots left. We have made it quite a ways here into the skills test. This shot from 180 probably almost missed the club head. And the 40, that's tough. So the 180, the 90, and the 140 seem to be like ones that I really screwed up multiple shots of in the 6, and that's not going to help. Last one from 180, and just another spinny, open-faced, poor effort there. Looked a little hard. Yep. Too much from 70. It might be nice to do the random one. It might be more like a golf round where each shot is kind of a refocus. Last one from 70. This one looks a little straighter. And a good one to end on there for the 70 distance. 160. Just a little poke. It's going to end up in a good place. That one looks a little short. Ooh, almost dunked it in that front one. And that one really bad again. Just taking some very poor contact here to the skills challenge. Alright, we got 6 more shots left. Couple from 120. That one on a good line, making the inner circle. And this one on a good line, also making the inner circle. So a couple 90s there to finish, and 96.5 if you put it within a few feet. A really bad effort there from 60. It goes like 40 yards. Trying to throw the club head through and trying to get it to stop. Decent effort there. Looks like we got one more shot from 60. And then this is going to give us our total score. That's not going to help. And our total score is a 70.8. I'll have to go back and look at my original video. I think it was like a 73 or something. So not doing well here. I'll put some actual shoes on and warm up and try my best at this at some point. But we can see the ones that scored really bad are the driver, the 140 with the 2 horrible shots, and then the 60 and the 90. Did really good on 80 yards, did good on 160. Just need to pick up this skills test stuff a little more. Check back for more rounds and videos tomorrow. We will see you then. Peace out.